Tesla and the markets are both up this morning. Tesla, in particularly, over 5%. And they're doing really well, but the great rotation isn't really rotating that much, or continuing to be a thing today, as the NASDAQ is doing much better than the rest. But in a continuation of the stellar reviews of FSD 12.5, we've got this from Holmar's blog. He says, listen, the Tesla FSD Beta 10 versus FSD Supervised 12.5. I took the 12.5 on an exact same route that I recorded FSD Beta 10 handling in September of 2021. That would be 4 years ago. No, I'm sorry, 3 years ago. Zero interventions, zero. That would be zero interventions for 12.5, 8 interventions and 21 nags for the version 10 3 years ago. So anyway, that's just an indication of progress that is numerically verified. All right, let's go on. Gary Black says this morning, FSD 12.5 continued to get rave reviews as it rolled out to Model Y FSD owners with HW4 this weekend. The community FSD tracker shows FSD 12.5 with a 95.5. I'm sorry, this is Elias M. Martinez, but it's shortened. Elias MRTNZ1. He's got this community tracker, shows the 12.5 with a 95.5% efficiency based on percentage drives with no critical disengagements. So 95.5 efficiency when the car has, 15-minute or a 20-minute drive or whatever with no disengagements. 84.8% efficiency based on drives with no disengagements. This is a significant improvement from FSD 12.3.6, which was 95.4 and 66.4. So we're still a long way, he says, from 99.99 needed for robotaxi. Well, maybe not that far away, because we have to take a look at what those interruptions, what those disengagements are caused by. All right. Then from Stock Talk Weekly, I haven't had this guy. I have a bunch of new followers, and I'm following a bunch of new people, so this is a new one. He says Tesla price target reiterated at 300 by Piper Sandler this morning in a note. The quote from the Piper Sandler note is, Tesla may have solved the self-driving puzzle. Don't roll your eyes. Buy Tesla. Goes on to say, we think investors have grown accustomed to ignoring Tesla's hyperbole around FSD, but Tesla's version 12.5 is revolutionary. We think investors should consider the possibility that Tesla's decision to host a robotaxi event isn't a ploy to distract from falling EV sales. The firm expects Tesla's FSD take rates to inflect sharply upwards by 2030. Ultimately, just like cheap flip phones, we don't think anybody will buy non-FSD cars. Oh, okay. This is Herbert Ong this morning. He says that Morgan Stanley has a note out. Jonas, he names Tesla his top pick with a 40% upside. Analyst Adam Jonas set Tesla's price target at 310, implying significant potential growth. Tesla has reduced costs and improved cash flow break-even through restructuring. The company benefits from $2,000 per vehicle in zero-emission credits. Tesla positioned well in the energy storage market and AI technologies. There you go. Sawyer Merritt adds this from that same note. From our discussion, Adam Jonas says, from our discussion, investors are starting to consider the potential for Tesla to be an expression on the AI theme. We see potential for the Tesla energy business to be worth more than the auto business, as have we been saying. Well, Elon's been saying it. Remember that a lot of what I do on this channel is basically just listen to Elon. This is very important. This is not a throwaway line, okay? Listening to Elon will make you money. It's as simple as that. When he speaks very carefully. He doesn't just throw off, when it comes to technology and engineering and Tesla and his other companies, he doesn't just have throwaway lines. Oh, this, No, he's thought about these things, and he's very careful in what he says. So when he talks, listen. AJ has this. He says, He's bullish for EVs. Battery grade lithium price. This comment is bullish for EVs. Battery grade lithium price decreased by 16% quarter over quarter and 62% year over year to 12.3 per kilogram, $12.30 per kilogram. Before accounting for inflation, the third quarter 24 marks a 13-quarter low. So it's a 13-quarter low for lithium, adjusted for inflation. The third quarter, well, I'm sorry, I don't quite understand what he's saying here. Anyway, please understand this low on lithium is not going to hold. You know, it might hold for another week, might hold for another 6 months, but at a certain point, it is going to start ticking back up again. It's just a matter of time. That's how markets work. That's what the number one rule, Randy's number one rule, if it gets too far out there, it doesn't matter which way, it's going to bounce back. All right. So then, what's going on with the overall economy this morning? Well, first of all, could you hit the like button? This is Randy Kirk, and I'm asking you to, just as a favor, just if you don't normally do it, just this one morning, just to kind of get in the habit, hit the like button, hit subscribe, hit notify. Brian White, he's been up in San Luis Obispo with all the folks watching that Elon Musk interview yesterday, so we'll have him on later today. Larry Goldberg will be here later this afternoon in the good news section as we take a look at what happened in the markets today. So, and then Patreon. Did you remember to do Patreon? That you just go down into the description below and you click on the link and you can get there. All right. McDonald's misses and the market celebrates. So the market is really ready. The market is dying for these interest rates to go down. It's okay if the economy crumbles and drops into the abyss as long as those interest rates go down. They're dying to see the interest rates return to something lower than normal, because right now the interest rates are at normal levels. Over the 100-year period, over 150-year period, interest rates are at a normal level. But the market is dying because they had 20 years of these low interest rates and they want to go back there. Anyway, we'll see. Maybe this is the week where the Fed is going to suggest something along that line. I think that what's happening right now, the markets right now are actually pricing in that Chairman Powell is going to tee up this decrease for Wednesday, for a month and a half from now, 6 weeks from now. They think that on Wednesday, Chair Powell is going to say something like, well, if we get the right numbers he's not going to say that. He's going to say something that suggests that something could happen in September. He's going to give us some hope and some expectation that there will be a rate decrease in September. If he doesn't, if he's completely neutral, if there's any hawkishness in his tone at all, if he doesn't give something on Wednesday, the market could go down, and it might go down big, because it's baked in my opinion. And I think there'll be a run up in the stock market between now and Wednesday, anticipating that's what Powell's going to do this week. All right. Well, that's all the economic news there was this morning. Not much on the economic front today. Okay, so let's take a look. Where is Tesla right now? Continuing skyward, up and to the right, up $12.73. That's in a market where the Dow is actually down 43 now. It's been up, it's been down, and now up and then down again. It's been fluctuating around, but it's the NASDAQ is up 114. So but it is actually topping off. Tesla's not topping off. Tesla's just continuing like this. S&P 500 up 1720. Did I say the NASDAQ up 113? Magnificent Seven are all sterling this morning. So the Magnificent Seven are back in play. Looky there. NVIDIA up almost 2, Microsoft almost 2, Meta $4.84, almost 5. Apple this morning was expected maybe to be hit because they said that their AI version might be put off a month or so. But no, it's actually up even if it's only 18 cents. All right, 1262 now on Tesla. Percentage-wise, we have got the Dow down 0.14, NASDAQ up 0.64, S&P up 0.29, and Tesla up 5.66%. Yeah, the FOMO is in, and those two calls that I just mentioned are certainly helping the stock this morning. Yeah, we've got, oh my goodness, something happened with 2U this morning. It is up 121%. Look at that. Wow. So the Cathie Woods are mixed, but mostly green this morning. All right, let's go ahead and take a look at the bonds. As you can imagine, we do have bond movement this morning. It is the 10-year is down 2.6 basis points at 4.173. Yeah, let's get back to the 3 handle, okay? It's about time. I want the interest rates to go down because it's going to help Tesla. Right now, it's at 4.173. That's a good number, getting better and better. In the meantime, the 2-year is only is actually up this morning, 0.4, spreading out that inversion again quite dramatically. We're now back up to 22 on that inversion. Shocking. 2-month is also up a little bit this morning. So it's up. That inversion is up 100. That's interesting. Wow. I have to come back and look at that later. There seems to be something. 200 basis points? No, that can't be right. Can't be 200 basis points. No. What am I? Anyway, like I said, let me come back to that later. I can't, my brain is scrambled trying to do that math in my head. Okay, oil this morning, down a little bit, both Texas Intermediate and Brent. Texas Intermediate 76.93 and Brent trying to get under 80 at $80.84. Natural gas down 1.74%, continuing its trend line under $2 at $1.97. You got gold edging up another $7.70, but still under 2,400. So not anywhere close. Well, not anywhere. Not very close to its all-time high, which it hit last week several times. Silver down a little bit this morning, 0.04 at 28, almost exactly. Copper down 1.1% at $4.07, almost $4.08, staying over $4. But there was a big article on copper this morning saying that the demand just isn't there. It's just people that think that there's this massive demand, it has not yet developed. So we're maybe looking at a year from now or 2 years from now before the copper demand really hits. And they're saying in particular, China, which is the #1 market for copper in the world by a lot, is their economy is not doing that great. The economy is growing at about a 4% rate, which we would love maybe in the United States, but that's really small for China. So anyway, that's what the article said. We've got the dollar up against the yen this morning, down against the euro. In both cases, it's not, it's up 0.29 against the yen and down 0.46 against the euro. So it's pretty solid moves. Okay, then we got the Bitcoin up 552 at 68,713. So moving up towards that 70,000 level again. Again, big news this weekend of Trump saying, yeah, if I get in, I'm gonna make Bitcoin important. All right, and then that is the full list of the goings and comings of all these different market items. All right, so what you're going to want to do this morning, if you haven't already done it, remember this, like and then subscribe, notify, all that stuff. But what I really want you to do, Larry Goldberg and I did a video yesterday afternoon about this whole business of buying XAI. Larry did a great job of the analysis. You want to see it if you haven't seen it already. So I'm going to put that card right up there, and you go back and check that out. And then, maybe you could join Patreon. That'd be phenomenal. It's been great talking to you this morning. Oh, did I forget? If you're still here, you can look it up yourself, but I got to go back and just check one more time on Tesla. Tesla is at $12.77 positive. Keep it on. All right. It's been great talking to you.